Hey there, welcome one and all to another Toonkind FPS game. I am one of the players of today's FPS, Morski is, but I'm generally called Morski. And I'm playing Hugh Script, resident little wizard who may have been few things recently. um, and I'm joined here by my wonderful co-player. Do you want who was willing to indulge me. So, hey, want to introduce yourself, friend?
Hi, I'm Avi. Avi Aviator. Avi for short. Sometimes avocado. Uh, I will be.
Avocado?
Yeah, that's a real thing. It was because of a typo. Um,
That's lovely.
um, I will be playing Arata Satomi today, who has been through quite a bit in the past few days. I say past few days, but it was technically yesterday. But who cares? Um,
The things sure start coming and they don't stop coming, huh?
yeah. Uh, the statement the phrase "life is one goddamn thing after another" is a gross understatement. The goddamn things overlap. um um
Yeah, it
but
be that
Arata,
way, huh?
yeah. um Today is a different day though, and he is having a time. So he's decided to go visit Hugh and March. uh but like a sensible person, cough cough, he's going to he's going to sneak in through the window.
So, hey, Arata, roll me your perception or investigation to see if you can find stuff.
Well, his perception is hella better than his investigation. Oh my fucking god.
What did he get?
Natural 18, so that's a modified 23.
Nice. Okay, yeah, you have also been to the house a few times. So like you know where the windows are, you know where the door obviously is, but you're not going through the door, no.
Yeah,
You have found
he's like that.
yeah, so you have actually found a pretty nice window that will lead to the kitchen. It's a great place to enter because there's a tree there. Uh, you know what? With that 23 for fun, I'll say you'll realize that it seems like people have climbed that tree before to enter through the window.
Oh, wonderful. I think Arata sees that, and then in his mind he just goes, "Ah, so I'm not the only one." And he starts climbing.
Lovely. Yeah, I am looking directly at Lin and Decimal for this. Anyways, uh, are you trying to do this stealthily or not?
I don't think he's doing it too stealthily, but I think his passive stealth. What is it? His passive stealth is a 19. So like,
Yeah, I for fun, just roll it for me,
all
anyways,
right, here we go.
and then roll me sleight of hand to because I'm sure you'll be attempting to break in through the window, right? Just roll me sleight of hand as well to see how
All right,
noisily you do this.
and that's his stealth.
Cool. Yeah. No, you sure do be hidden, lad.
Yeah. Um, and this is that's the wrong mod. This is his sleight of hand.
Oh, I get to roll with disadvantage. So I'm rolling con for Hugh to see whether or not he's asleep. Um, Arata, you are very sneaky in your getting up and in through the window. You realize it's actually opened.
Oh,
Um, it's opened, and when you peek in, there's like this nice branch that makes it easy to be at the window. He's asleep on the couch.
I think. Okay, I think he's okay. He definitely has his bag with genie in it, and I think he sees it. I think he sees Hugh asleep in on the couch, and then he's just, well, fuck, I don't want to wake him up. So
Uh,
I think what he does is that he gets inside, and he's probably like, he looks around. I think he's going to start cooking for something for Hugh when he wakes up.
my goodness, like that's adorable. Sure, feel free to do so.
All right, let me do
Roll
this.
me like yeah. What do you generally roll when cooking? Also, do survival, I guess, to see if you survive the kitchen.
If I survive the kitchen, I guess. Usually I roll what's it, sleight of hand, because he does it in such a way that like uh
Absolutely, the survival is just to find the ingredients. You can then roll sleight of hand to do the actual cooking.
all right. In that case, hang on, let me. Oh boy. All right, so this was his first roll. What's your survival mod? Yeah, that's what I thought, buddy.
You're not really used to this kitchen, Arata. It's like considering March is the one that cooks the most too. You're not Hugh's height, luckily, so you can reach stuff fairly okay. But it does take you a bit to find stuff and figure out how things are placed in this kitchen compared to like your own.
Yeah.
Uh, so it takes you a little longer, but you find it now. Feel free to roll me sleight of hand for that cooking.
Here we go. Oh, okay. That's a modified 21. Um,
So hey, would you say that the smell would like well you're making curry and such.
I'm not sure if he's making curry specifically. It might be something else. Hang on, let me think. No, it's probably curry.
Yeah, it's valid. I'm just gonna say
I don't have his list with me because there is a bunch of stuff he has learned how to cook, but
oh man. Oh man.
oh, sorry, I was
Oh.
typing.
Oh,
In the
for fun
fridge.
in the fridge.
Oh, Staria. There was so much soup in the fridge.
Oh my goodness, yeah, there would be, wouldn't there? Just for context, Win made a big old pot of soup a while back. I imagine a lot of it has been eaten, and a fair bit of it has been put away to like freeze so it doesn't die. But let's say that there is some soup. There, you will notice when you open the fridge that yeah, there's some soup in there. Don't worry about it. It's well made.
Good soup. We love that. I think Arata sees like all this soup, and he's just like, there's a moment where he like stares at all this soup, and he's just like, well, I'm not gonna judge these people for eating so much soup. I eat a lot of curry, and he's just continues what he's doing.
Yeah. In Hugh's defense, Win just saw these children and went, "No, I am making them a pot of soup, and no one will stop me." And then they had soup.
We love that. Also, sorry for the wrestling.
You good?
But yeah, he's making curry, and it's a very very good curry. He got it modified 21.
It's very good. I was gonna say if he's making curry, I'm going to go ahead and roll to have Hugh wake up. I'm doing this with advantage then, because food good.
Food good.
Okay, a 19. Yeah, he definitely wakes up. You hear some rustling in the kitchen, and there's like, March, did you come home?
Nope, it's Arata.
There's a beat, and
he says that out loud.
there's like a beat, and then oh, Arata, hi, and
Hi.
let me just roll a dex because he's actually scrambling to get out. I'll roll flat dex. Okay, good luck. You do not hear a thump, the thunk of someone falling face down on the floor.
Oh god.
Hugh does Hugh does manage to untangle himself, and you kind of see him scramble on over, like just, oh hi, hey, are you okay? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. I'm fine. You know, just hanging in there. Are you doing alright?
I'm rolling insight on that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is with advantage. So Hugh, please. Also roll me insight on. That's a 21. Give me the deets.
Okay, Arata is saying this. Okay, he says he's hanging in there. You can kind of tell by like the crease of his brow, and this lingering concern, in his eyes, that he is worried about something, but he came here to relax, and he doesn't want to like talk about it at this moment.
You know what? Fair. Like, I guess Hugh on his side, like, worried. You would likely note that Hugh catches it, but, like, he notes that you do not want to talk about it, and he's like, yeah, okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
He'll let it be.
Uh, and you said I should roll insight?
Either insight or perception,
Well, it's the same
because,
mod for both.
yeah,
Holy
boy.
shit!
Your boy be perceiving, huh?
Yeah, I put
Okay,
in my hands.
I mean, understandable considering what we discussed earlier. It makes sense that he's kind of giving Hugh a once over. So, yeah, this is 100% definitely Hugh. He looks to be ill.
Oh.
Hey, question for Arata. Does he know what magical strain is?
Magical strain. That's a D&D term, isn't it? Or is it just...
Technically, it's an ailment that we like fought up. It's written on the Toonkind wiki even, but it's just when someone who uses magic uses it far too much.
In that case, hang on, let me roll history, because at the very least, he would have heard of it. I don't know if he's experienced it himself. I don't think he would have, or seen somebody else experience it.
Fair, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's an average roll. Well, it's above average technically, but that's a 12. So I guess he recognizes, he knows what magic strain is. I don't think he knows what it would look like in person.
Okay, then you do, yeah, because he technically has magic strain after what happened. It's the reason why he is ill at the moment, because, like, he on one end, he does look better than before, but he still looks extremely tired, and, like, there, some parts of his design are a brighter color than they should be.
Yeah, I think at the very least he would be able to pick up on the fact that Hugh still looks a little ill. So,
He looks like, let's put it this way, Hugh looks to be feeling better about things, but he's definitely still ill, just in a different way from before.
oh geez, getting hit with back-to-back illnesses.
You know, as it goes, because, you know, the boy was possessed.
Yeah, I mean, Arata doesn't know that yet, but,
Yet.
uh, I think is there a table in the kitchen?
Yeah, there is.
Okay, in that case, Arata goes like, okay, I made some curry, because you were asleep and I didn't want to wake you up, but, I made some curry, so if you want to, like, sit down, I can get you a plate.
Hugh's eyes brighten up, and you can tell he's excited to try it. Like, Arata has spoken about his curry before, right?
Yes.
So yeah, no, he's excited, and he yeah, he goes, yeah, sure, I'd love to. And
And
I think a lot has happened.
yeah, you could tell
Hugh
me.
isn't Hugh isn't sure where to start, I guess, but like he does seem willing to talk about it.
All right. In that case, I think Arata like shoos Hugh to the table to make sure that he's sitting down, and as he's getting a plate, one for himself and one for Hugh, he starts like pouring out the curry, making sure the rice is good, making sure like the curry stuff itself is good. Um, he goes, yeah,
Um, roll perception for fun.
perception.
for for
I need to stop. I
funsies.
need to stop rolling on my keyboard because it did the thing again where like it landed right in between two keys, but like no side was facing up. God damn it!
F.
Oh my fucking god!
Was that a nat 20?
It's not, but like he still keeps getting like rolls above 15, and I don't know how he keeps doing this.
Your lad be perceiving. Hey, 21, nice.
Yeah.
So you know when you're pouring out the curry, you realize that one seems like Hugh had a bit of a redesign because he looks to be wearing black gloves, and I mean, you have a genie. You know how claws look like.
Yeah.
Appear to be claws under those gloves, and also, Hugh's eyes are like the pupils of Hugh's eyes. They're now slitted because he got silly eyes when looking at the curry being poured into the plates.
Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Kibby boy.
Hugh has joined the cat club for his travels.
Yeah, I think now that like it's been a while since he's entered, I think he's probably set the bag out down somewhere and like Genie is definitely like walking around. Um but Azarada like finishes pouring out the food and he brings the plate over and he hands one to Hugh and he sits down like across from him. He goes, yeah, like, do you want to talk about it? Talk about what happened?
Sure, it's there's like dot dot dot, and literally you see, like, you probably see the thought go across Hugh's face of how do I say this? There is no good way to say this, is there?
Oh boy, I think Arata is like, this is only if you want to, by the way, like, I'm not pushing you to say anything, but...
Oh, it's okay. It's more, I feel okay after everything. Admittedly, I don't remember much of it. But you know how I was ill for a really long time?
Yeah?
Um, well, I was, I was given an artifact a while back. It looked like some kind of elemental gem, but not. So as it turned out, it was holding something in it. And I got possessed by that.
Hang on. I need to roll a quick, wisdom.
Oh boy. And Hugh's just kind of sitting a bit awkwardly like, I don't think there's any other way I can really say this.
Yeah, no, saying it like straightforward, like I get that, Errata gets it, but like the words specifically, and he got a 17 on that wisdom, so as I clear my throat, so you do actually see him like noticeably shift, like it's it's definitely a opaque kind of like expression as he like straightens up and like looks at you. And then he kind of like leans forward and he goes, Hugh, what were you possessed by?
Um, we don't really know what. Apparently, the being was calling themselves the Eye.
The eye?
Yeah, we don't. We only really know that it was sealed in the crystal, and like, it seems like the reason why I was so ill was because it was draining my energy beforehand. I
Huh.
well, March and I came back home a few days ago, but before that, we were missing for a week.
And I didn't know? What the hell?
He rubs the back of his head and just like, yeah, after there was a lot that happened. Mostly, last couple of days we were sleeping, and honestly, I'm still recovering.
No,
Uh,
that's
March
understandable.
March said he was going to go out and get some food, and then like Decimal just simply went out himself as well earlier. He's been staying here as well,
Oh, at
but
least at least you got somebody looking out for you. Jeez.
yeah,
Okay.
he rubs the back of his head again, and he's like, okay, there, like Hugh is now thinking because he was told what happened during that week, or he at least got the rundown.
Yeah, and
Does does Arata have anything he wants to say before Hugh adds on?
I think he does. Yeah. Arata Arata's eyes has not left Hugh this entire conversation. He takes a bite of his curry, chews it, and when he swallows, he clears his throat and he says, while pointing the spoon at Hugh, he goes, "Okay, this is gonna be a bit of an interrogation, and I apologize, but I have like a few questions I want to ask, and
Um,
it is okay if you don't know the answers. Is that fine?"
yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right. So you said you don't know what it was, right?
Yeah, if I'll be honest, I do not remember any of that week. On my end, it felt like I was asleep. I have a few flashes of memory, but that's it.
Okay, that's probably not what I was expecting. Okay, before the whole possession thing, were you experiencing like recurring nightmares?
He shakes his head. Mostly, it's just that I was really exhausted. I was sleeping constantly.
Okay. Um, and you said for the most part you weren't aware while you were possessed.
Yeah, most, well, I guess, like I said, it on my end, just felt like I was asleep. I don't think I was alone. It didn't feel like I was alone, but I was very much asleep.
You see there's like this brief moment where Arata like considers this information and he looks off to the side and you get the impression that Lupine might have said something in his head and he and then after a moment he lets out a sigh and he goes, so it's probably not what I think it is. And then he scoops up another spoonful of curry and like eats it.
I will say Hugh has been eating while, like, this has been going on, and he's going to ask, what did you think it was?
You see Arata grimace. um, uh, he purposefully takes another bite of food. Um, and he chews thoughtfully, like he's trying to figure out how to phrase this. And then he takes a deep breath and he goes, okay, Hugh, so you know how I told you that, lupine is something called a quarry?
Yeah, from what I understand, Lupine at least seems to be a denizen of the dream world or something like that.
Yeah, the
He
plane
can
of
be there.
yeah, the plane of dreams. Here's the thing though. Lupine is not an example of the quarry. He's an exception. Most quarry are bad. They are really, really bad. In fact, most good quarry align themselves with people like me, like Kalash stars, and we are pretty rare to come across. But here's the thing: the reason quarry are considered bad is because, well, they try to invade the material plane by possessing people. And the way they do that is by wearing them down with nightmares.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you kind of, yeah, Hugh's kind of quiet a bit after that. And, like, he, after waiting, like, after a few more beats, Hugh then does pipe back up. I didn't have more nightmares than usual, I don't think.
Which means that it's probably not a quarry. Which I guess is good. He has that like question mark connotation in his voice, but he's also like, he shakes his head and he goes, but we still don't know what the eye is, but at least we know what it isn't.
I, if it helps, the eye is definitely dead. And you can roll me an insight for this.
Yeah, he's gonna. Okay. That is an 18.
Cool. Yeah, the eye is definitely dead. Oh, it's dead, alright. He remembers witnessing Decimal, Lynn, and March, and really everyone in the party, Gregory and Rez included, going off at the eye.
As they should.
They went feral and it was great.
And Arata lets out a breath. And he goes, well, at least it won't bother anybody ever again.
Yeah. The eye also seemed to be fairly strong. We were in a demi-plane of some sort.
Yeah, and okay. Okay. Jeez. Nothing I'm used to can do that. So yeah, I don't know. I really don't know.
Hugh nods and I don't know too much about the demiplane. Decimal and the others gave me the rundown, and I haven't spoken with Starry about it, but I get the feeling March hasn't really wanted to talk about his time in the demiplane, so you can see Hugh be a bit quiet as he thinks about that, and he looks worried.
And I think Arata does sigh in character. Um, oh,
Oh,
jeez.
that hurts.
Oh, that hurts.
Starry just
Sorry,
Yes, Staria just told me that March hasn't wanted to talk about the Danish plane. All he really told Hugh was that it was lonely.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. And I think.
Hugh, hearing that, is just a sad smiley and offers a hug. But yeah,
And I love the baby's like tonal difference from everything else. He just went um
yeah.
and so Arata lets out a sigh and he goes, well, I don't blame. Wait, did Hugh mention March by name?
Hugh mentioned March, like he mentioned before, that he and March got home a couple days ago,
Yeah.
and that they were both missing for a week.
Yeah. So what he says instead, he says, well, that must have been terrifying for both of you. 'Cause goddamn, Peck.
Yeah, I I think I honestly got off a bit easier because I don't really remember it. March was aware the whole time though,
I guess.
and he's looking down at the floor.
I guess that means I have to do a wellness check on March later.
Hugh nods, Hugh nods and is like, I can help you ambush him. We can ambush him together.
Deal.
Like Hugh brings his hand over for like a handshake.
Arata clasps his hand with Hugh's and he shakes Hugh's hand. And I think at this point is when he says, so you got a redesign?
Yeah, looks like it. It's a bit weird having claws, if I'm gonna be honest.
You hear a soft meow from from Genie.
You see Hugh like look under the table, like, oh, the genie come with you.
Yeah.
Hi, Genie.
Genie's like under the table. Aiden,
I'm
get down
just
from there. Sorry, the baby is trying to climb.
Valid.
Anyway.
I want to imagine it's just like Hugh looking down and Genie looking up.
Yeah.
And like Hugh offers a scritch to the kitty.
Genie takes it, but he's making eye contact with Arata, and Arata is just like smirking at him. And
Can I ask for context? If at all possible.
Out of character, Genie does not like being treated as a cat.
Oh, oops. Oops.
Well, he says he doesn't like being treated as a cat, but he purrs when you hit that sweet spot behind the ears.
Hugh is aiming for it because, like, Genie is so good. I gotta give the good scritches and cat like from my own experience with cats, they like when the nails are a bit longer because it gives good scritches, and because Hugh has claws now,
Yeah.
they're good.
Yeah. But like, yeah, Genie's there, and Arata goes, "I think it's a good look on you."
Thank you. It's like first of all, Hugh is like a little bit shy, and you see his hair fluff up,
Aww.
and it's been interesting getting used to. The small helped me a lot in that regard. These gloves are from him actually, and like after giving a genie some scratches, he's like gonna pull off a glove, and you can see the claws there. They're sharp.
Ooh, sharp claws. And I think Arata looks at them and he nods and he goes, "Man, you really talk about Decimal a lot. I guess that means I gotta meet him sometime soon."
I mean, he should be coming home sometime later this evening. Um, he probably went out to do some work. Also, I think Hugh rubbing the back of his head, like, yeah, I guess he's like, oh yeah, I guess I do talk about my friends a lot. Is a little bit shy.
And I think Arata like smiles like right back at him because like it's that kind of smiles like, "Yeah, I get that too. I do the exact same thing."
Handshake.
um, and he goes, "So you said Decimal helped you out? Helped you and March out? And was anybody else with you?"
Yeah, Lynn was with us, and
Lynn.
actually, yeah, yeah, she's practically our March's and I's auntie, and
Hmm.
Craigery was there as well.
I do not know who Gregory is. Okay.
If you do not stop Hugh, he is going to do a rant about his friends.
uh, Bold of you to assume that Arata would not enjoy listening to his friends talk.
He who I'm like he slips the glove back on, cause do another perception check for me for
Here we
fun.
go. Right. That's another 13. So that's a modified 18.
You will realize there are a couple of scratches around the kitchen. Hugh sure is getting used to having claws.
Yeah.
He, you've you've noticed he has made sure to put the gloves back on, cause he may have forgotten before, and he may have scratched the wood by accident. So
Whoops. Well, at least he has the gloves. Uh,
yeah.
um, I think like when Hugh's done talking talking about Gregory.
Oh, I can do this in character
Oh
too. It's
God.
like, or I'll make it short, not to torture you, but it's like there's Auntie Lynn, and she's really cool. She came with her ex and everything, and like, we may want to check up on her because I'm not sure how well she was doing after all of that. But
I heard about something about a fire a while back.
yeah, so it's probably best if you talk to Lynn about it. But she was attacked. It was the thing that attacked her years ago too, though it got resolved.
Okay, that's another wellness check that I need to do. Yep.
Hugh nods, and he's giving you the look of please talk to her. I've tried talking to her, and like he says out loud, I've tried talking to her about going to a therapist, though I'm not. I've asked her to promise me that when I get better, she's gonna go visit the therapist, but like I'm not sure how much she's listening to me on that topic.
You
And
see,
Hugh looks happy.
you see, you see, Arata's not a Toonkind, but goddamn, he spends so much time here. He might as well like have like a little bit of Toon shenanigans as a
As a
treat.
treat.
As a treat. His glasses do the lens glare thing. You know, the animated ping.
Yes! Fantastic!
And he's just. I see. I have my work cut out for me.
There Hugh like nods decisively and like, yeah, if you want help, I'm entirely willing to help you out in that. And there's like dot dot dot. After we ambush March, I think I could rope him into helping with this too.
Yes. Definitely gonna need some wellness curry. Uh, Probably some sort of gift. Maybe we can make something. I don't know. Um,
Yeah, she keeps on breaking into the house to give March a night chili. We could like try making her some food and gifting it,
yeah.
or maybe like get some kind of rainbowy or brightly colored bandages so she can swap out her blue ones whenever she wants.
Yeah. That makes sense. Oh
Get the
shit!
most eye glaring
Bandages?
bandages ever.
Bandages?
Uh,
Okay, she got you said she got attacked, right?
yeah, that's well, it's kind of an after effect from what I know.
You see Arata just let out a sigh.
Hugh is like, yeah, I get that.
And I think Arata's like making like mental notes of like what he should do when he goes visit Lynn. What he should do when March comes home. Uh, in fact, I think he actually says, "Well, we have some leftover curry, so we can probably get March to eat that." um,
Yeah, I I've been trying to make sure he sleeps and everything too. Though mostly after everything he's kind of been turning that back on me, and well, yeah. So well, we
I
can
will
make sure
bully
he
him.
eats.
I will bully him to make sure he self cares.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm trying to. Just like the struggles of being small and also being the one who is ill.
I'm gonna get both of you to self care.
I I'm doing my best. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. No, like I get it. Sometimes the best is all we can ask for.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what kind of best it is, so long as it is your best. And yeah,
And that's okay.
yeah. And um, shoot, I had something else that I wanted Arata to say, but I can't remember what it was. Um,
I pet you.
yeah. Does Hugh want to push on like poke Arata a little bit about what was on his mind? Because he did ask Hugh quite a lot today.
I I feel like if it's quiet a bit, they can finish the curry, and then he's going to quietly ask. It seemed like you had a lot on your mind as well. Like you've been checking in on me and everything. I figure it's fair if I ask you. Is there anything you want to talk about?
You see Arata wince again, and I think at this point, he picks up
So,
the empty plates and like starts cleaning them, but he is still like in the conversation while he does it. Um,
I want. Well, first of all, I want to say surprise picnic. Someone asking you to the self care questions.
oh god, yeah. Uh,
And on the other note, I want to imagine he would have offered to help, but Arata bullies him back into the seat with like a blanket.
yeah, Arata throws a blanket on Hugh. It's like, rest.
You get a squeak as the blanket is thrown on Hugh.
Yeah, and for extra measure, Genie sits on your lap to make sure you don't move. Um,
No, Hugh is super warm. He's strapped now. He can't move.
it's illegal. Um, and you hear, you see, like Arata, like washing the dishes, um, and as he does so, he says, "I'm kind of worried about a couple friends of mine," and he looks, he winces again, and he goes, "Okay, okay. So you know how I just told you about how most quarry aren't good?"
Yeah, like I guess that just means Lupine is super awesome, but
Oh no, don't say that. It's gonna go straight to. Shut up, Lupine!
you see Hugh laugh at that.
And like,
He was 100% earnest about that too.
and Arata like sighs and shakes his head. And he's just. He's just. Thank you, Staria. Um, and he's like,
Somewhere a butterfly man shivers.
uh,
Rip F in the chat for Morpho, I guess.
yeah. And what ends up happening, Arata's just like, well, the thing about that, the reason why I was so worried about, you being possessed by a quarry is because we might have a quarry problem at the moment. You see him, like, as he was trying to say this, he was trying to figure out how to say this in a way that is not, like, concerning, and then he just realized, like, fuck, there is no polite way to say this.
Yeah, it's the same issue of you of there is no good way to say that. Yeah, I was possessed for a week,
Yeah,
and there is no nice way to say that. Maybe a friend of yours may be possessed by a quarry.
not. I don't know if they're a friend of mine, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
They're a child.
Oh.
They're a child. Like, I don't know how old exactly they are. They don't really talk to me much. In fact, I think they trust the professor more than they would trust me. But I get that. Sometimes it's like that. Um, but
There's a nod.
um, but I don't think they could have been older than 6, 7. Apparently, they got possessed by a quarry, and the professor met a man who is being followed by this quarry, and we think they are working together. Hugh,
Yeah, no, he looks worried. You don't even need to roll insight.
yeah. Hugh, Arata brings his hands. I think Arata's finished like washing the dishes by now, and he kind of like sets them off to the side and dries off his hands. But he has the most serious look on his face when he addresses you next, and he goes, Hugh, if you ever meet a man who calls himself Nakabe Nakai, do not trust him.
Okay.
Um, he's a real kind. Um, and
are there any specific features he has
oh,
that stands out?
absolutely. Uh, he's got bright pink hair and a purple jacket.
There is
And
a nod,
always wearing sunglasses.
even inside or at night.
Yeah, it was okay. Here's the thing: I actually met this man before I realized he was connected to a quarry. You see Arata grin, but it's not a happy grin.
Oh boy. Like Hugh illegally cannot move, but like he's serious.
Yeah. Um, and Arata goes, he was wearing his sunglasses indoors and in the evening. Um, he says he's a bounty hunter. Um, but he just gave me really bad vibes.
Okay.
Yeah. So just, I'm telling you that. You can tell March that. Do not trust this man if you ever meet him. Um,
Okay, I'll make sure to let everyone else know as well. Hugh is like dot dot dot. I'll make sure to tell Lynn. Maybe you should talk with her too, cause like she knows a lot of people.
mm-hmm.
She could potentially get more information on the man.
Yeah, and Arata's just Arata like takes a deep breath and he goes, "Yeah, yeah, I should probably talk to Lynn about that too, huh? Cause here's the thing, um, the thing that has me most worried about Nakabe. Not only has he attacked, well, the Cory he's with attacked a child. There's a child that Sammy and I are friends with. In fact, I'm pretty sure we both consider Bevan a sibling figure. Um, Nakabe was looking uh, for someone, a bounty, but when he showed me the picture of this person he was looking for, they looked a lot like a drawing that Bevan drew. And I am worried Nakabe might go to Bevan.
Oh. There really isn't any more I can add from earlier. Hugh is at attention. Worry is up by 10.
Yeah, you see Arata just kind of take a deep breath, and he sighs, and he goes, "That's pretty much the gist of like what I have been going through the past couple of days." Um, so yeah,
Yeah, fair.
but
It's I probably I can't really do much. Admittedly, I need to get better.
yeah, no,
And you kind of see a rueful expression on Hugh of he knows he will be sit on, and if he doesn't self care and like
yeah,
hey, he himself has standards. He wishes to self care,
yeah,
but I'll do my best to keep an eye out, and I'll let everyone know. Okay, so
yeah,
if we figure something out, we'll tell you. Okay.
yeah. And I think Arata takes a deep breath and sighs, and he goes, Yeah, I mean, I know you need your rest, so like, why don't I like hang out with you for a little bit, at least until March comes back?
Sure. I like I feel like Hugh is going to start rambling. Like we got some books here. I've also been there's like a beat, and then I've been drawing as well, and Hugh actually is going to roll hammer space. That's a D10. Oh, that's a
Oh
fumble. Hugh
no!
fumbles.
Right at the last few minutes.
Amazing. Okay, Hugh. That's a 17, huh? Okay, Hugh, what the heck is on your fumble chart? I need to find it. Uh, I had a fun idea, but for 17, Hugh fumbles. You think Hugh was aiming for a smaller item because Hugh pulls out a javelin from his hammer's face, and I'm rolling dex to see whether it falls on the floor.
Oh god. Oh, I love this. I love fumbles. I think Arata thinks Arata knows that like hammer space fumbles can be very annoying, but I think he finds it humorous, so he's like trying not to laugh.
Understandable. Like that was a 21 on the deck, so like you see Hugh's expression of wait, no, and then just uh like the javelin looks like it's about to fall on the ground, but he just kind of snatches it back up, and you see Hugh be embarrassed and like sorry about it. I was trying to get out my playing cards. Um,
Oh, I mean, I don't have playing cards, but I have a tarot deck if you want to see a magic trick.
sure, we can show each other.
Yeah.
Okay, 7 makes it, and Hugh pulls out. They're interesting. They're just simple black playing cards. They seem to be a practice deck.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's neat. And then as you pull this out, Arata goes through his bag and he pulls out a deck of very fancy looking tarot cards. They're pretty stylized, and they're red and black for the most part. But you notice that like you know how tarot cards have like images of like people and stuff, right? Um,
Yeah.
the eyes of these people are golden. In fact, this whole deck seems to be red and black with gold accents. Do
It's
you want?
interesting.
Yeah, he's going to start shuffling. Um, do you want to roll perception and arcana?
Arcana, you say?
Both of them, both perception and arcana, because I can get you something with both.
That's a nat 20 on the perception.
Oh fuck yeah. Okay.
Okay, and let me just roll Arcana real quick. So about that.
Jesus.
That's a 26. Look, Hugh may have a level in Rogue, and I may have put one of his expertise into Arcana because peck yes.
Wonderful.
This
wonderful.
this lad knows magic.
Okay, so with a nat 20 on perception, modified 25,
Yee-hoo.
you absolutely see this. I'm not sure how familiar Hugh is with the usual tarot deck. How familiar would you say?
You would be surprised actually. Hugh's quite familiar with Taroka specifically thanks to a certain he who cartomancer. And he has done he has done an amount of like reading up and finding out from Decimal about the stuff, so
perfect. So that means you do notice how strange this is. There are there is the usual like set of cards in the Arata's deck, Um, you have the entirety of the major arcana, and the majority of the deck is the minor arcana. You know, the the cups, the pentacles, the whatever have you.
It's, I
Um,
think there's like swords and something else, but
swords and wands. There you go.
yeah.
So he has like the whole suit of cards and everything. And but you notice that there are specifically 4 cards that are in the style of the major arcana, but you have never seen them in a typical tarot deck. And
Huh.
yeah, with the nat
Just random question. Is one of them the world?
no, the world is a usual card in the tarot deck. Um,
Okay.
yeah. Uh,
You can tell I myself don't really know much, but he probably does.
okay. The cards specifically, because you got an at 20, so you do see this. The cards specifically are the the faith, the counselor, the apostle, and the hope.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Hugh is absolutely looking at that.
And with your and I can finally move on to your arcana roll. Um as you're looking at this tarot deck, you notice that there is, well, a slight enchantment on the deck. It is not big, and it's not like anything that's like dangerous, mind you, but there is something magical about this deck.
Kind of like Arata, you see Hugh do the head tilt in curiosity, and he's actually gonna mention like, I can feel there's magic on this deck.
Yeah, yeah, that's kind of part of the magic trick. Okay, you ready for this?
Okay,
Uh,
absolutely.
here's what Arata does. He finishes shuffling, and he did shuffle it like right in front of you, so you can tell that if these cards were in an order, they're not in an order now. Um, and so he holds the deck in one hand, so the cards are face down, um, and you can see him. And you can see him do this, and he takes a card from the top of the deck. He flips it over, and he shows you it. It is the Arcana is the Fool, and then
He who.
yeah, he puts it back on the top of the deck, and then he picks a card from all the way on the bottom of the deck. He pulls it out, flips it over. It is also the Fool. And he puts it back, and he's making sure that you can see him put it back at the bottom of the deck, and then he pulls a card from the middle, flips it over so you can see it. Once again, it is the Fool.
He's actually going to ask, will that happen with any card you take?
Actually, no. It's mostly for, like, okay. The way it works is that, sometimes there is a specific major arcana that, people, I guess, resonate with the most. So, whenever you just pull a random card without really thinking about it, they'll pull the card that best reflects, who they are, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay, that's really neat. And I think Hugh has regained this silly eyes because this stuff is nifty. Dang it, he's like looking over.
Yeah, and I think what Arata's going to do. Give me 1 second. He is going to hold out the deck, so that Hugh can take a card if he's curious enough to see like what arcana he is specifically.
And yeah, I think like He starts gingerly and then just like he pulls out a card.
All right.
And what do we have?
If correct me if I'm wrong, I do not have my list opened up right now, but the card that Hugh picks up is the High Priestess.
It is.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. Firefox is struggling really hard.
Oh, you're valid.
Please, please, Google, please do this for me.
Internet, please be kind to the Abby.
Please be kind to the Avi. I am struggling so hard. Okay. And Arata sees this. And he looks pretty he looks pretty pleasantly surprised actually, and he says, "So the High Priestess is pretty nice. Usually when it's upright, like this, it means hidden talents, intuition, mystery, and spiritual insight."
Huh.
Yeah.
And I think Hugh is pleasantly surprised, like, oh. I'm also just laughing as well, because, I think it's also been connected to knowledge, right?
Yes. Stillness and passivity. Card suggests. Yeah. Yeah. Inner
he wouldn't know to ask, but like, I will say I am laughing a bit at that too, considering Hugh sure knows some things, huh?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh gosh, I'm trying to remember what card March got. Thanks, Daria.
Oh, March got death.
Yeah.
But I like I will say like he's kind of like, oh yeah, that is really nice, and he's like going to be looking at the card in wonder a bit before he returns it.
Yeah. And Arata puts the card back in the deck. Make sure that it's shuffled nicely, and there he goes. Shoot, what was he gonna say? Oh, he says, "Yeah, I got this deck as a gift from a friend of mine."
It's really neat.
Yeah.
Are they someone who does Taroka, and do they do cartomancy?
I'm trying to remember what specifically cartomancy means.
Honestly, I just kind of. RJ has described Decimal as a cartomancer, so I figure it's just card stuff, but I don't actually know specifically.
Oh, okay.
That is why Hugh asked, because he's absolutely thinking of his friend.
I think Arata goes, I mean, they're not, tarot cards aren't like playing cards, and cartomancy is specifically playing cards, but they do fortune telling sometimes. But that's not like the only thing they do.
Like Hugh nods and like, yeah, of course, but still, it's neat.
Yeah.
Have you done this with anyone else?
Yeah, actually, Sammy got a chariot, and March got death.
Oh.
And before you ask, that's not always a bad thing.
Oh no, it's death generally means a big change of some kind, right?
Yes. endings making way for new beginnings, stuff like that.
Yeah, you can tell Hugh is thinking about that a bit, and he has actually gone. Yeah, that fits him a lot.
In Arata knots. And sometimes they can be a little too spot on.
Yeah, it happens, huh?
Yeah. And I don't really have anything else for this FPS.
Neither do I really. I like to think that like they've settled back on the couch together. We can probably end things here.
Yeah.
Just they've settled. Oh, actually, I know what I can have Hugh roll. As you get back on the couch, Hugh's like, so I've been learning some card tricks thanks to a dear friend of mine. Um, and I'm rolling slight. Okay, so not the best, but not the worst either. Hugh does a little flourish with the playing cards in his hand and just like, ta-da!
And Arata gives you a polite applause. It's like, ooh, that's nice.
I need to practice this one a lot more, but
Yeah.
gonna keep at it.
Yeah, of course. Practice makes perfect and all that.
There's a nod. And I feel like here we can cut off with these two chilling on the couch together, and who knows, maybe maybe the door or the window opens as someone else comes in.
Yeah. uh,
But I think this is a good place, so
yeah. Yeah.
thank you for indulging me in my shenanigans.
Oh, thank you for letting me play with you today. Um, and thank you to our listeners, both Staria in the audience and everybody else who's listening later on.
You are awesome and great, and yeah, thanks once more for listening.
Yes, I blow a kiss to all of you. Have a good time zone. Bye.
See you all.